And here we go. Welcome back to Kidgal Sasa TV. Leo tuko na Shiro mwenyewe, the one and only Shiro. Shiro anatuambia ni kwa nini tunafanya hii kitu tunafanya. Shiro,
Okay.
we are live.
Yes.
And the floor is yours. I'm going to share the link up kwa comment section. And
Okay.
then kama kuna Wakenya wako na mali, Wakenya wanataka kusikia from you ama from Timothy, mtawaeleza. Mi nataka tu kusema on behalf of the group na some of my friends, nataka kusema thank you very much to all of you wenye walifanikisha hii shughuli yote ya Njeri, and we wish her speed heal. So we are live, Shiro. I'm going to give the floor to you, to Kenyans.
Okay. I want to appreciate each and everyone. We are here this evening because of TERESIA NJERI Kimani, one lady that I just recently came to know about her situation when it was posted by Evangelist Nongari. So I didn't know that she was in hospital for quite some time, but the moment I came to know about it, I went to Rashid Hospital and I inquired about the story because Nungari had indicated that she needed the people in UAE to help her out so that we can help this young lady. So I went to the hospital, I inquired everything, and then I got into contact with the Kenyans who are already involved in that matter, and they told me how the situation was. And for me, I figured out what can we do or how can we help her. And I took it immediately. I went and discussed with the hospital, the case management team, and they told me what they really wanted for her is to go home because, you know, like when she's in that bed, most of the people here in UAE, we are not her family. People will go and visit her and go back. But when she's next to her family, it would be much better. And then when I met with the Kenyan team that was already in the situation, who already knew her situation, and they explained to me that what they had decided, they wanted the mom of Teresia to come and join her here so that she can be by her mother's side. But for me, I saw it is quite difficult for her mom coming here in UAE because at the end of the day, she doesn't have a relative here in UAE, and bringing her mom here, maybe you tell her she'll be staying in a hotel or with friends or what, it might even bring more expenses and even other issues. So I told them the best thing that we could do, let Njeri go home. And I told them I'm going to try all the best I can in my capability and see how we are going to take her home. So after talking to the hospital, they advised me what was required, the medical report, and also we needed to clear up some issues, but there was no hospital bill at all. So what I did, I went to the consulate, the Kenyan consulate, the following day. I consulted with the people in the consulate, several people there. We had a meeting, we sat and discussed, held a meeting, and I told them, they told me I have to convince them that we can take her home, because in most cases, the next of kin is the one who is supposed to come or to be by the patient. And I told them it will be quite difficult if the family is not a well-abled family. The parents, starting from the process of getting a birth certificate, a passport, a visa, all these are expenses. And at the end of the day, the lady will end up going home with a stretcher. So why don't we take her home? So they told me, go and get all the documentation process, go and do everything. If you manage, you come and convince us on the table that you are able to take her home, we will agree. And what I did the following day, I went back to the hospital, we got the medical report. I remember one sister from the team that knew about the situation, TERESIA NJERI. They had already applied for the medical report, so we went and received the medical report. I went to Emirates for the travel fitness form. I sought the doctors to fill for me the form. So I went through all the processes, the paperwork, and I went back to the consulate. I took for them all the documents I had compiled together. I had even her passport, her expired visa, everything. I went and put it on the table, and I told the consulate, these are the documents. So what do you see? And they told me, what you need to do, you have to give us an approval from the parents. So the approval from the parents means that the parents had to go to the court, take an oath that they authorize someone to come with their daughter in the plane and bring her back home. And so the parents went and did the process. I kept on calling them, following up, and they did the process, and they took it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the UAE office in Kenya, and it was attested, and they sent it. That is the thing that qualified us fully for us to be able to take her home with the authority of the parents. So we had a committee, a very powerful committee that I highly appreciate, and I'm grateful for what also they have done for the lady. It is the people have sacrificed their time, and it was it was not such an easy thing doing it, and like coordinating the meetings. We used to have Zoom meetings with the whole team. We were having Zoom meetings, how we coordinated, who will do this or how it will happen. So I highly appreciate the people. Today I posted it on Facebook, the whole committee, the people who connected me to the parent, because there was one guy who knew the parents, and I asked him, give me the contact of the parents. I want to talk to them. I want to see what I can do. So we gathered all the documents. So I had all the documents that were required, and I took them to the consulate now. And then the consulate told me, now you are free, you can fundraise and get her home. No problem. We have no objection. And so we came and started with our committee. That's how we posted. People started contributing, and we contributed. As we were contributing, we were also following up on the hospital, on the clearance and everything. And to God, we give him all the glory, because everything, it was like God ordained. That's what I would say, because even there is a time I remember, I could send you messages, even Joe, the admin of Care, and tell them, please, let's try and remind people, because we are getting afraid. We were seeing maybe the 30,000, the budget, because the stretcher is very high, 18,470. And I was like, God, will this money ever reach? We were getting afraid. We prayed. And God is very faithful. What he has done for that lady, I don't know her. I have never seen her. I met her in the hospital bed. But I'm telling you, I remember one time I was in Emirates, Dinata office at the DCC, and I was called at the consulate. I would just rush, come back. Like, one time my sister told me, oh my God, the way you are going about this lady, she's like our sister. And I told her, yes, we are all family, because we are all Kenyans. And where you are able to help someone, where you are able to assist someone, help them. Because, like, for me, when I'm doing this, I do it with a feeling, with that heart, that I'm a mother of a teenage girl. My daughter, one time, maybe she'll travel to another country, maybe America or somewhere. She can be stranded there, and someone is going to help her. So whatever I did it for God, and knowing that I'm a mother and we are there to help one another. It was quite a journey, but I thank God so much. All was success. But we really had a very difficult time when the Rashid Hospital asked us can you get us an acceptance letter from Kenya, a Kenyan hospital that will accept to pick her at the airport with an ambulance and a doctor? I'm telling you, when I told the parents to go about that situation, it was quite difficult because all the government hospitals, they said no. They cannot accept a patient from the airport, all that errands. It was quite a difficult job. And then I just thought of my family. I remembered as we were one night, as we were speaking with my mom, she reminded me we were talking about my aunt who have a hospital. And I told my aunt Sarah, please, I beg you, can you accept one lady who have a problem in Dubai? How can you help her? And so my aunt also, to my surprise, she had seen what Evangelist Nungari had written on Facebook about the lady. So she had written about the lady in Dubai with this situation, and there was a message that was not really pleasing. And so my aunt told me, Faith, you know, I'm getting afraid with this situation because I wouldn't want to accept her. And the lady, you know, sometimes it might bring problems for her. But I told her, Aunt, please trust me. And I know this is going to work out. And she gave me the trust, and she gave us the acceptance letter. And all this was able to go through. I must say that there is God in heaven. Yeah.
Thank you, Shiro. I've seen Mr. Timothy is here. Let's give him a chance to also talk to us. Mr. Timothy, can you hear me, sir? Timothy. Timothy, unanisikia? I can't hear you. Timothy, unanisikia?
Nakusikia.
Yes, go ahead. Umechelewa. You owe me an orange juice.
Nimetoka tu kazi. Sahi.
Naam.
I apologize for being late.
No worries.
Najua
no worries.
Kazi nafanya. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I don't know you are in which topic now. Which again?
I don't know. The Shiro lazima kuwa amekubrief. Shiro had told me mnataka kuambia Wakenya asante for the contribution. So mimi nikasema ni sawa because as I told you all around, KID is there for all of you. So whenever you need me, I will always be available. And that's why we are here, Mr. Timothy.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Kwanza ni kushukuru Wakenya wote.
Naam.
And all the well wishers in the entire world. Because the contribution was not only from our fellow Kenyans, it was from different nationalities, even in people from US, Qatar, Saudi. We have seen love from all over the world. So, nashukuru sana. I really appreciate each and everyone who was touched by Njeri issue. Now, even those who wanted to contribute, they were willing, but they didn't have anything to give. May God remember them, because God just looks for the willing heart. So nimeshukuru sana. I really appreciate. I don't know which words I can use to thank those who took part in this course. From the beginning, it looks like we cannot manage, but as I told you last meeting, when you put God first, nothing is impossible. Even in Matthew 6:33 says, seek the kingdom of God first and other things will follow. That's why I believed you last time. I told you, if before we could manage to raise 15 or 20,000 dirhams to send body to Kenya, this just will be very easy, because we are sending someone who is alive. So we should be joyous in what we are doing to send our sister home. So for me, as for my faith, I knew God will not let me down. The God I serve, I knew He will not let me down. So and I thank each and everyone, the committee members whom we used to pray together. I thank them a lot for sacrificing their time. We could hold meeting even in late night on how to make the ends meet. And it was a good cooperation, and we are still going to do the same until Jerry stand up and testify the doings of the Lord upon her life. So I'm very humbled na nimeshukuru sana kwa wale wamejitolea. And may we continue with that spirit as Kenyans, because we don't have another family here in UAE. We Kenyans, we are the family here. Some they are lucky, they have some relatives, brothers or sisters, but some they don't have even a relative here in UAE. So we should know the power of unity, and we should unite. We should spend our energy not criticizing on negative energy on social media. We should use that energy to unite, to give ideas, to counsel our brothers and sisters on how we can prosper in this land. Unless we do this, we can go nowhere. We have to start together. We have to unite together with one motive. And we should avoid
Timothy,
politics.
I have a
Yes?
question for you. I have a question for you,
Yes.
Mr. Timothy. Throughout this whole process, what have you learned, you as an individual?
On my side, I have learned we can do anything if we are united. And if we put God first, nothing can be impossible with us. If we unite with one motive, we can move mountains in this land. And even others who contributed, I know they have learned a lot. If we unite together, we can go very far as Kenyans.
Shiro, Malala, you look sleepy. Talk to us.
No, nasikiza Timothy.
Okay, talk to us.
Okay, for me, I would say that what I have learned is that it doesn't matter where you are or who you are. If you see somebody is in need, be there for them, support them where you can. Come together, join one another. You know, we are all Kenyans, we are family. Actually, when I was appreciating, I forgot something that I remember immediately the first day I posted, one man called me and he asked me, I'm a Nigerian, can I contribute? And he sent money in dirhams. So if see, this really, the situation, whatever Njeri was in, it really touched a lot of people, and people were there to help her. We don't know her. We didn't see her before. We just meet, for me, I came to know about her on 8th of November. I didn't know anything about her. And what I would urge Kenyans, as Mr. Timothy have said, let us not emphasize on the negative so much, but also look at the positive. And I remember, let me say this, I know there are some people I approached personally, maybe by sending them messages or calling them, and they were negative about it. I remember I asked someone for the help, and he said, go to the government of Kenya, go to the consulate. not in the right way, but in a negative way. I don't think that is good. People should be positive. If you're helping someone, help. If, you know, it is a willingness in you. It is your heart. It is you. It is your willingness. Be there for one another. We are each other's brother's keeper. So when someone have a problem and you are able to help it in one way or another, not only financially, even you pray for the person, you visit the person. You see, in all this, you are helping that person. You are praying for that person. You are helping. I highly appreciate everyone who came for Njeri.
So Njeri yuko wapi? Because kuna some members walikuwa wananiuliza hiyo Njeri yuko wapi, so they can maybe create time for her and wamwone uko Hosi.
Okay, yuko Juja Modern Hospital. That is where she is.
Okay, and now now that yuko huko, like who is going to take care of her? Na do you have any other bills zenye zinafaa zilipwe, and ama mlimpeleka tu and that's it? Ama what is the procedure?
What we did first, we paid for the ambulance cost, the ambulance and the doctor who received her at the airport, the one who assessed her at the airport, so that they can take her to the hospital. And after she was admitted during the day, I talked with the mom, and what happened today, that they took all the tests. First, they did the test on her, blood test and all the tests, so that now they can be able to know how they are going to help her, the physician, the doctors that are required to attend to her, and see what next.
All right, Timothy.
Yes.
Ulikuwa na manage aje ku handle the transaction, because I know when you do the M-Pesa conversion kuna hizo variables, kuna either zinakuwa mingi ama zinakuwa less. How were you able to cater for that?
Yeah, first of all, we got one of our friends when we needed to transact M-Pesa into dirhams, and he gave us a good rate for 30.4, where we transacted 150,000 Kenya shillings. So after that, the money was not enough, so we had to change more. But unluckily, we did not get the guy had no more amount to change, so we went to another guy who changed for us with that 1.4. That's the time when the Kenyan's currency economy ilienda vibaya sana, ikaruka mpaka 30. So, but the good thing for the second transaction, we paid through the pay bill. So there were no extra charges for that one, but for the first transaction of 150,000, so we had to pay only 105 Kenya shillings transaction charges. So we saw God, he was coming in very good ways. And only that first transaction, which we paid 105. The other transactions were through the pay bill, there were no transaction charges. So
okay,
we appreciated that. Yeah.
Shiro, so all the paperwork uliachia family, and huyo daktari mwenye alienda na huyo Njeri alirudi ama what happened?
Okay, the nurse who accompanied her, Mr. George, yeah, after compiling all the paperwork for him, what I did last night, I was advised by the hospital what is supposed to be in that envelope that I will give him to hand over to the parents and the people receiving her at the airport. So the passport, the medical report, the oath, and the tickets, everything, I put it in that envelope and I gave the nurse. And we were in touch even when they landed in the morning, when they were at the airport, in the plane. He kept on texting me. I was asking him, how is she? And he sent me pictures. He said she's okay. When they landed, he contacted me when he got the other team, the doctor and the ambulance waiting. So we kept on coordinating until even when they went to the hospital. And during the day, he spent most of his time with Pastor George. He's coming tonight at 11. He's coming back today.
I was asking one of the member, aliniuliza what happened to the lady. To be honest, mimi sijui, mtu akiniuliza huyo msichana ni mgonjwa wapi, I don't know. What happened to the lady?
She was diagnosed with TB and meningitis.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Yes.
And I can see we are running short of time. Nini unataka Wakenya wajue, both in Dubai, both in Kenya, and maybe you can say the entire Gulf.
So on my side, I can tell my fellow Kenyans, you don't need a huge or a big platform to perform something or to do something which benefits your fellow Kenyans. What you need is transparency, trust, and honesty. Because most of Kenyans, they lack unity due to lack of trust and transparency. So I urge each and every Kenyan just to be yourself. In such issues, just take like Njeri is your sister or your daughter, because you don't know tomorrow who is next. We don't pray for that, but things happen. Like for me, I was so touched because Njeri is the name of my wife. My wife is called Njeri. My mom is called Njeri. My brother wife is called Njeri. So the name, when I hear the name Njeri, it touches me a lot. So I urge all Kenyans to be honest, to be transparent in everything they do, especially in public. Be positive always, and we will go far.
So do you expect such contributions in future? You guys are going to have I don't know what happened to the where you were before. So are you going to have the same thing ama itakuwa tu ni hizi individual contributions?
So we as
The
committee,
welfare,
we will. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as committee members, we will meet and we will decide on the way forward what we can do.
I'm not just talking about Njeri, but I'm talking in general. Like, do you guys expect to have something concrete ama itakuwa tu ni hizi individual contribution? Because as far as I know, the consulate right now hawana pesa, not the consulate, the welfare.
Yeah, still
So
we don't have. Yeah, still we don't have any registered welfare in UAE. Zote ni kama zimekwama because of some differences here and there. So I would urge all Kenyans to unite and come up with what they think is good, which can benefit Kenyans. Because the welfare we have currently, which are under registration, still have taken a long time, we should reface it na tuone ni wapi kunaenda vibaya, so that Kenyans can raise their voice and say we want like this, we want this, because this individual contribution every time is not adding up well. But if we have a welfare group in UAE, it will help us a lot. In case of such emergencies, it will be sorted within 2-3 days. We will be in good mood in that time. So my suggestion to Kenyan is to come together. We have one concrete group, welfare. We can revisit the previous one under registration, or what Kenyans will decide, so that we can have this registration, because other countries, they are already registered their welfares. Only us Kenyans and a few other countries who are unable because of politics here and there, na tamaa ya powers. So I would urge Kenyans to, we are not in Kenya. Let us avoid the pite politics, which we left in our country, Kenya. We are in UAE. We should be professional in what we do always. Hii mambo ya siasa duni tuache huko Kenya. Let's style up here in UAE and tutaenda bari sana.
Sawa sawa, Mr. Timothy. Nje Shiro umelala ama unanisikia?
Sijalala,
Can you hear me, Shiro?
nasikiza.
Oh, okay. I can see you're a good listener. Anyway, talk to us. Tunakaribia kumaliza. Talk to us.
Okay. Okay, one thing I would like to tell Kenyans, number one, as long as you are on a visit visa, the best hospital to go to is Rashid Hospital. That's number one. As long as you don't have Emirates ID and visa, you're on a visit visa. I came to learn that the best hospital to go to is Rashid Hospital. That's number one. And then number two, you know, like when we talk about contributing for someone, in most cases, it will be, you know, like if someone is under a company, the company will be responsible, or if you're employed somewhere, it will be the responsibility of your company. So most of these, like an incident like this will not most likely happen to employed people, whereby we are contributing for them, but mostly for the people who are on a visit visa. And what I would urge someone, one thing I would say that, okay, I came to realize, even like when you come to UAE on a visit visa and you have that insurance, the one that comes with a visit visa, and you go to hospital, I came to realize that you cannot use it in the hospital, because as I was following Njeri's case, I remember a lady came from Kenya on a Saturday. She felt so sick and she was rushed to Rashid Hospital. She was on a visit visa, and in 2 days, they had a bill of 5,000 dirham. So I asked, what about the insurance that comes with the visit visa? And she was told, no, you people, you have to pay, and then when you go back to your country, you'll be refunded. Even though we followed up the case and the amount was waived. But I would advise, when you are coming here, you're on a visit visa, you are sick, go to Rashid Hospital. It is a good hospital, and the care there, I would say it's different. And then about contribution, okay, me, I wouldn't talk about groups because I'm not in any welfare group or in any group. But I would say, like, for instance, the bank that I'm in, we have an insurance that we pay every month. And this insurance can cater for someone. Once you lose your job, once you are bedridden, you are sick, even if your company is catering for you, you know, sometimes there is a point whereby a company reaches and maybe they are like, it is too much, okay, maybe you have to go home or something. There are insurances here in UAE. Like me, I'm in Emirate Islamic Bank, and I have a Takaful. That is an insurance that I pay every month, which can cater if, like, I'm not working every month for like up to 6 months. It will give me a salary of a certain, depending on my premium. And if you happen to pass away in UAE, there is that amount that they pay you, and they will repatriate your body. So people can try to interact with others and get to know more about things that can help you when you're in problem, when you are in certain situations. So I wouldn't talk much about the welfare. Okay, like myself, I would be very sincere. I wouldn't want to join a welfare. I would prefer, like, okay, like the way people, you know, these things don't happen every day that you have to contribute for someone or help someone. But I would advise people to interact with others and know there are more ways also people can be helped, or you can help someone, or you can help yourself. That's what I would like to say. But it is good people to stand with one another, help one another.
Njeri amepotea. Timothy, talk to
Yes.
us.
Yeah, I would also like to warn Kenyans, especially those who have cancelled Emirates
Be there
IDs.
for your.
Timothy, go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking about the Emirates IDs, especially the cancelled one, or if your visa is cancelled, systematically your ID is cancelled, but physically it is showing it is valid. So there are some guys, they are our fellow Kenyans who are using those tactics to ruin our brothers and sisters. So I urge Kenyans, if anyone asks for a job interview and they ask for your Emirates ID, please I urge you give a copy. Because we have fellow Kenyans in jail now. They are suffering because they submitted the Emirates ID and the Emirates IDs were expired, but it was used in money fraud here in Sharjah and in Dubai. So I urge each and everyone to be very careful before you give your Emirates ID to anyone. If they really insist you give, just give a photocopy. Don't give your Emirates ID. That's just a concern for me because I know fellow Kenyans, they are in jail now. They are looking for a job. They were asked for their Emirates ID. They gave them, the guy ran away with their IDs. So on that side, be very careful. Yeah.
Okay. Njeri, I'm on the Shiro. I don't know why I'm calling you Njeri.
My name actually is Wanjeri, so you're not far.
Okay, Wanjeri. Let me ask a question that Kenyans ask me most of the time. Visas zinatolewa. I have that question like 100 times in my inbox. Visas zinatoka.
Even me. Even me, like even today. But I'm sure visa has itoki for now. I've not heard of any. But what I would also like to say regarding the visa, especially the visit visa from people coming from home country, the visa agents should be always in a position to let people aware of what is happening. Not other Kenyans, we go about looking for what is happening or what happened. The main visa agent, you know yourselves, Wycliffe, Primrose, Steven Stylex, all these people, all the time, they should be there for Kenyans. Anytime there is a problem, they are normally issued with a memo. They are normally sent an email from the visa people. So they should always be in a position to tell the people what is the status of visa, what is the situation. Because you see, everyone is asking, and I don't see the visa agents answering, even though, like, I don't know, last week I saw Primrose answering someone, but that question should be going to them, and they're the ones who should be answering Kenyans back.
Timothy, visas zinatoka. I wanted to answer Kenyan. All right, thank you very much, Shiro. It's always my pleasure to host you. And anytime you want me to create time for you, please let me know in advance na pia keep time. Kuna mtu anasema alirenew contract December akapata visa. Sasa hiyo sio visit visa. I think there's a confusion between ukirenew visa ya job na visit visa. So I'm going to give this opportunity to visa agents. If you think you want to inform Kenyans, want to give clear information to Kenyans, contact me. I'm always available. I'm available for Kenyans. I'm available for the group. Contact me anytime so we can arrange. I'm so tired answering this question ya visa mara sijui nini. Na nyinyi ndio mko. Actually, I'm doing what you should be doing. You should be answering Kenyans because they are giving you business. So kama wanauliza maswali na hamko mnakimbia, to me makes no sense to even refer someone to you. So if you are a visa agent and Kenyans are suffering here with questions na hamjibu, then I don't know what's happening. So visa agents, I can host all of you. Just let me know when, and then we'll see the way forward. Mr. Timothy. Timothy, unanisikia?
Nakusikia, sorry, sijui nini happen.
I understand. Kuna swali, visa zinatoka. I want you to answer Kenyans.
What's the question?
I'm asking about the visit visa. Are they being issued ama hazipeani kwanza on Kenyan passport holders? Your connection is poor, Mr. Timothy. The reason as to why nauliza hii swali ya visa, oh, I don't know, this guy. Timothy, you have so many accounts, so I don't know which one is which.
Yeah, let me try.
I'll remove this one and get this one in. All right. Timothy, kama unaniona, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, the reason why nauliza hii mambo na visa because there are no answers coming from the visa agents. So lazima we struggle to answer some Kenyans who are curious to ask this question. Because I see the question so many times in the group. Na pia my inbox is full of the same question. So, what do you know about the visa? Are they being issued ama ziko on hold bado?
Yeah, currently regarding the visas, as per my knowledge, they are not being issued currently. So we are waiting for the government to clear these issues, and we hope we'll get a positive results in the coming year.
Okay. All right, Sasa, thank you very much, Hiro and Timothy, and we appreciate all Kenyans who made their contribution kupeleka Njeri home. Final word, Shiro.
Okay, what I would like to say is that I highly appreciate everyone. This was something very good. All the way all the Kenyans came together for her financially in prayers, visiting her. People kept on visiting her. We highly appreciate, and I am sure that God is going to reward each and everyone. Thank you.
Timothy.
Yeah, I would like to thank each and everyone who participated, be it spiritually, socially, or financially. And ningesema it doesn't, you don't need to know someone to help. To help, sio lazima ujue mtu ndio msaidie. So when we are here in UAE, we are each and everyone, each brother's keeper. You are my immediate family. So I will also urge Kenyans, when you see someone is going astray to the wrong direction, please, you should take a step so that you not come to regret later. Say, I wish I knew, I told her or him to do this. So because Kenyans, we are so ignorant in so many cases. Sababu unaonanga mtu akienda njia baya unasema wacha tu kila mtu na maisha yake. So we should avoid those templates in UAE. So I thank each and everyone. May God bless you mightily. And as we continue to follow up the Njeri issue, I will urge those who are in WhatsApp, don't exit the group, don't left. We still have more to do. Mpaka Njeri atuongeleshe yeye mwenyewe. So stay in that page. We will be updating you on what is going on. May God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, on behalf of KID, I also want to say thank you very much, all of you. Siku mwema. Shiro, good night. Let me release you when ulale.
Niko sawa. Good night.
All right, Timothy, bye-bye.
Okay, see you. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
Karibuni.
We are honored.